I used to wait outside Emily's class, holding her coffee like some lovesick puppy. I didn't care if her friends stared. I worked at a dusty old auto shop all day. My hands were always covered in grease, but I still came to see her smile. Emily didn't come from money, but her parents helped with her college. I never asked for much, just time, just love. Her friends laughed at me behind my back. One of them, Ryan, always wore designer shirts and talked like he owned the world. He looked at me like I didn't belong. Emily used to squeeze my hand and say, "Ignore them. They don't know what we have." But that changed. The day I told her I couldn't afford my own degree, her eyes went cold. She started replying late, then shorter, then not at all. One night, I stood outside her building. In the cold, coffee in my hands, hope still in my chest. She walked up, wearing heels I had never seen before. Her makeup was perfect. She looked tired of me. She didn't even sit down. "I need someone who can match my future," she said. That was it. No tears, no fight, just a soft goodbye. She turned and walked inside. I stood there until the coffee went cold in my hands. I stopped texting Emily, but I couldn't stop watching her stories. There she was, laughing with Ryan on a rooftop in Dubai, posing in front of a beach, clinking glasses at some fancy brunch. I watched them from a cracked phone screen while I sat in the back of the auto shop, wiping sweat off my neck with a dirty rag. I was working 14 hours a day, most of it bent over engines. My fingernails were always black. I smelled like oil. No matter how much I scrubbed. I skipped meals just to send money home so Mom could buy her medicine. One day, Ben, an old classmate, messaged me. "Bro, I heard what Emily said about you." What did she say? I asked. That you were holding her back. That you'll never leave that garage life. I didn't reply. That night, I sat under the buzzing shop light, long after closing. Mark, the guy who worked the desk, walked past me. He paused. "You good?" he asked. I nodded. He didn't press. He never did. An hour later, I noticed. A customer had left their laptop on the bench. I looked around. No one was there. Curiosity pulled me in. I opened it. The screen was unlocked. A browser window was open to a freelancing site, Fiverr. I clicked around. People were making logos, writing articles, editing videos. For money, at first I thought it was fake. But then I saw the reviews, the real usernames, the payments. Something inside me stirred. I took it as a sign. That night, I went home, searched how to start freelancing, and downloaded free design software on my cheap second-hand laptop. I didn't sleep. The shop opened at 9 a.m. I was already there at 7, with bloodshot eyes and a notebook full of scribbled ideas. By day, I still fixed cars. Same grease, same noise, same cold water for lunch, but at night became someone else. I taught myself graphic design on YouTube. I opened accounts on Fiverr and Upwork. I started small $5 logos, banners for $10. Anything I could get. My first order came from a woman in Canada. She needed a birthday invitation for her kid. I spent 5 hours on it. She tipped me $5. I cried. Not because it was a lot, but because it meant I mattered to someone across the world, even if only for a drawing. That $5 felt better than every paycheck I'd gotten in the shop. So I kept going. Every night. While Mom slept in the next room, I worked with the lights off and the laptop screen turned low. Her cough echoed in the silence. I'd pause to check on her, make her soup, and come back to finish a banner or fix a design. Mark noticed the change. You sleep anymore, man. Later I'd mumble. He shook his head, but I caught him smiling once. Then, one morning, Emily's Instagram disappeared. She had blocked me. No more rooftop stories. No more beach selfies. No more laughs with Ryan. At first, it hurt, but then it felt like freedom. She was gone. Not from my mind, but from my way. So I kept building. Client by client, design by design. I made enough to pay Mom's medical bills. I bought her a new blanket. I started saving. A year passed. One morning, I looked at my earnings dashboard. It showed a number I never thought I'd see more than what I'd made in the shop for 3 years straight. I sat there, staring at the screen, hands shaking. Not out of fear, out of pride. I didn't need her love anymore. I had found something better. I had found myself. The envelope was thin. I almost threw it away. But then I saw the words, "Congratulations, Jake, you've been awarded a full scholarship for mature learners." I read it once, twice, 3 times. Then I screamed. Loud enough that Mom woke up, thinking something was wrong. Jake? She asked, rubbing her eyes. I got it, I said. I got in. She smiled. The kind of smile that breaks your heart because you know she's been waiting years for. I walked into the same university Emily used to study at. Same buildings. Same steps. Same smell of fresh-cut grass and expensive perfume. But everything was different now. I wasn't waiting outside anymore. I was walking in as a student. No more oil on my shirt. No more torn shoes. I wore clean jeans and carried a new laptop, paid for with my own money, not my dad's, not alone. Mine. People held doors open for me. Professors smiled. Students listened when I spoke. I kept my head down until one day they made me speak up. A classmate told a professor about my freelancing story. 2 weeks later, I was invited to speak on a panel about digital work. I sat on stage with people in suits. One of them was Ms. Taylor, a calm woman, with gray hair and kind eyes. After the event, she walked up to me. You're the kind of story we need here, she said. No one had ever said that to me before. In class, I met Benatal, quiet guy with glasses who always sat in the front row. He helped me with my first group project. You're smart, he said once. You just think like someone who had to survive. We became partners. Then friends. We stayed after class to build a website. He taught me code, I taught him design. Let's start something one day, he said. I nodded, but inside, I was still chasing something. Not love, not revenge. Just peace. My department hosts a gala every spring. Big lights, fancy food, speeches, music, the whole deal. This year, they picked me to speak me. The boy who once stood outside these same halls, holding coffee for someone who never looked back. Now. I was the guest of honor. I practiced my speech for days. Ben helped tighten the lines. Ms. Taylor gave me tips. My suit was clean, dark blue. I had never worn anything so sharp in my life. As I walked into the hall early to rehearse, I saw the event staff setting up, plates clinking, chairs moving, people in aprons rushing around. I turned to grab a bottle of water. Then I saw her, Emily. Black apron, head low, wiping cutlery like it was her last job on earth. I froze. My chest felt like it forgot how to breathe. She looked up, and for a second, just a second, our eyes met. Asterisk recognition hit her face like a slap. She turned away fast, pretending I wasn't there. But I was, and she knew it. Asterisk, I didn't say anything, neither did she. She just kept scrubbing the same fork over and over. I walked out of the hall without finishing my rehearsal. My hands were shaking, not from fear, from something else I couldn't name. Asterisk, that night, I stood on stage under bright lights. People clapped as I stepped up. My heart thumped. In the corner of the room, standing near the drinks table, was Emily, still wearing her apron, watching, listening. I took a deep breath. Asterisk, I wasn't supposed to be here. I began. A year ago, I was fixing engines in a shop, sleeping next to my mom's hospital bed, and teaching myself design at 3 a.m. on a second-hand laptop. No one moved. I didn't mention her. Not once. But she was in every word I didn't say afterward. People stood. They clapped. Ms. Taylor wiped her eyes. Ben gave me a fist bump, but Emily didn't clap. She just stared. Asterisk, and for days. Even in my dreams, I saw her face. Not the girl I once loved, just the one who once looked down on me, and now couldn't even meet my eyes. Asterisk, asterisk, a few days after. The Gala, Ben walked into our lab session late. He looked at me with that "you're not going to believe this" face. Asterisk, you remember Emily? He asked, like I ever forgot. I nodded slowly. She got expelled last year, he said. Cheated on a final exam. Someone reported her. Asterisk, my heart didn't beat faster. It slowed. Asterisk, she's working part-time jobs now, he added. And that guy, what's his name? Ryan, I muttered. Yeah, he dumped her. Found someone richer, I think. Asterisk, I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. I didn't feel happy. Not really. But something in me clicked. Everything she once mocked me for, working long hours, saving every penny, missing sleep, those were the things that kept me going. Resilience, sacrifice, persistence. The things she walked away from were the very things she needed when life stopped going her way. Asterisk, and now I had it all. Asterisk, a scholarship, a future, a name people respected. Asterisk, and her. She was wiping forks at events I was speaking at. I wanted to believe I didn't care, that I was done. Asterisk, but the truth is I did care. Not because I still loved her, but because I used to pray she'd never fall like I did. Asterisk, and now? Watching her struggle to breathe in the world she once ruled. It hurt in a strange way. That night, I opened my laptop, asterisk, 3 new clients, 2 interview invites, a message from a local startup wanting to feature me in a blog. Asterisk, I answered them all without blinking. Then I opened an old folder. Photos. Emily. I stared at it. My finger hovered over the mouse. Asterisk, I hit delete. For real this time? No backup. No recycle bin. Gone because she may still remember the boy she left behind. But I'm not that boy anymore. The lights were hot. The mic squeaked once before going silent. Asterisk, I stood in the middle of the gala stage. Everyone was watching, students, professors, even people I'd never met. But all I could feel was one pair of eyes. Emily, she stood in the corner by the wall, half hidden behind a tray of glasses. Wearing black, still, silent. I took a deep breath. Then I spoke. Asterisk, I wasn't born with much, I began. But pain taught me things no classroom ever did. I told them about the nights I stayed up freelancing while Mom coughed in the next room. I told them about getting rejected, overlooked, left behind. I didn't mention her name. Not once. Asterisk, but every word I spoke was shaped by the pieces she left behind. I thanked the people who believed in me. I thanked Ms. Taylor for pushing me forward. Asterisk, I thanked Ben for standing beside me when others walked away. And then I thanked the people who doubted me. For giving me fuel, I said, my voice steady, for showing me what it feels like to have no one. Because that's when I found myself. The hall went quiet. Then they clapped, loud, long, like they felt it in their bones. Everyone stood, except Emily. She didn't clap, but her eyes were wet. I stepped off the stage slowly. My hands weren't shaking. My heart wasn't racing. I had said what needed to be said, and everything I didn't say was louder than anything I ever could. As I passed her on my way out, she looked up. Our eyes met. For a second, the world froze. I almost felt sorry, but then I remembered the boy who stood outside. Her class holding cold coffee with trembling hands. He was gone, and the man walking past her now. He didn't need her to look back. After the gala ended, I walked past the staff hallway on my way out. That's when I saw her, Emily. She was sitting alone on a folding chair, sipping water from a paper cup. Her black apron was wrinkled. Her eyes looked heavier than I remembered. Not just tired, lost. She looked up and saw me. "Jake," she said softly. I stopped. "You made it," she whispered, like she'd been holding the words for years. I nodded. "Yeah." Her voice cracked. "I'm happy for you." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. I didn't say anything mean. I didn't bring up the past. State didn't ask about Ryan, or why she dropped out, or what went wrong. I just said, "You had your path, I had mine." She looked away. "I heard you're still working part-time," I said. "There's a small freelance gig someone sent me. Nothing big, but it pays." I took out a slip of paper, wrote down the email. She took it slowly. "I'm not ready," she whispered. I nodded again. "I know." Then I walked away. Not in anger. Not with pride. Just peace. Because sometimes the best kind of closure is not a loud ending. And her silence, it said everything. "It's quiet tonight. The sky is clear. The wind gentle. I walk through the graveyard with flowers in my hand and a weight in my chest. I find her stone. Mom, it's been 2 months since she passed. I kneel beside her grave and place the flowers down. The ground is still fresh. Hey, I whisper. "I made it, Amy." My voice cracks. I really did. Tears come not fast, not loud. Just warm and slow. I'm not crying out of grief anymore. I'm crying because I finally did what I promised her. I didn't break. I didn't give up, and I wish more than anything she could see it. Later that night, I sit at my desk. My laptop glows. Client emails. New projects. My agency dashboard full of orders. I opened a link someone sent earlier. It's a local startup magazine. My photo is on the cover. From Greece to greatness. Jake's freelance empire. I stare at it for a long time, not with pride, but with peace. Emily doesn't cross my mind anymore. Not her voice, not her face, not even her fall. She's gone. Just like the version of me who once begged for love in front of classrooms. That boy. I buried him tonight, and the man who replaced him. He doesn't chase validation. He lives in silence. A silence that's full of meaning. Silence that no one can take from him. It's late evening. The panel just ended. People shake my hand as I leave the hall. Some ask for photos. A few students call me sir. I smile politely, thank them, and walk out. Outside. The air is cool. Asterisk, I take the same path. I once stood on years ago waiting with coffee in my hands and hope in my chest. Asterisk, back when I was Jake, the boy who thought love could fix everything. Asterisk, I glance up, and there she is. Emily asterisk, she's standing near the entrance, holding a cleaning rag and a spray bottle. Her back is half turned. She's wiping the glass doors, moving slowly, like she's too tired to care anymore. Then she looks up. Our eyes meet. Asterisk, half a second. She doesn't smile. Neither do I asterisk. We don't speak. There's no anger, no guilt. Asterisk, just nothing. Asterisk, I walk past her without flinching. Asterisk, because I don't hate her. I just don't see her anymore. She's not the girl who left me, and I'm not the boy she walked away from. I step into the night. Hands in my pockets, a quiet fire in my chest. Asterisk, I didn't take revenge, I whispered to myself. Asterisk, I became someone she never reach again.